So what?
So it's not gonna be easy. It's gonna be really hard.
Have you ever had a coworker you just couldn't stand? Even Hollywood heavyweights have bad days at the office, and just because two stars have chemistry on the screen, that doesn't mean that magic is in the air when the cameras stop rolling. Today on Collider, we're looking at 10 actors who did an exceptional job hiding the fact that they allegedly couldn't stand their co-stars.
I'm not afraid to hurt your feelings.
Based on the best-selling novel by Colleen Hoover, It Ends With Us became a hit at the box office, earning over $340 million worldwide. However, reports of hostile relations between star Blake Lively and actor-director Justin Baldoni cast a shadow over the film. Following the film's strong opening weekend, The Hollywood Reporter cited a fracture between Lively and Baldoni during post-production of It Ends With Us. Because the book exploded in popularity on TikTok, various sources began investigating sources of behind-the-scenes drama, noting Baldoni's absence from many joint press and premiere events. The Hollywood Reporter reported that, as a producer, Lively had creative control and commissioned a separate cut of the film from editor Shane Reed. Reed had previously edited Deadpool and Wolverine, starring Lively's husband, Ryan Reynolds. Furthermore, at the film's world premiere, Lively revealed that Reynolds wrote the rooftop scene near the beginning of the film, suggesting that the rift stems from Baldoni's frustration with losing creative control. With the sequel novel It Starts With Us by Hoover already in existence, it seems highly plausible that, given the success of It Ends With Us, a sequel film would be inevitable. However, sources from Variety reported that the bad blood between Lively and Baldoni is very real, with one source saying there's probably no world where these two will work together again. As this tabloid fodder unfolded, Baldoni hired a PR crisis firm to handle the media firestorm carefully. Amid all the drama, though, Baldoni has remained publicly cordial, even saying that Lively might be the better option to direct the film's sequel.
I think Blake Lively's ready to direct, that's what I think.
When it comes to on-screen romance, few pairs capture the power of love quite like Rachel McAdams and Ryan Gosling in the Nicholas Sparks adaptation, The Notebook. The image of the two stars kissing in the rain will live on forever.
Still isn't over.
And the Nick Cassavetes film helped launch McAdams and Gosling as household names. They may have defined cinematic romance for an entire generation, but there was certainly no love connection between McAdams and Gosling on set. According to director Nick Cassavetes, one day the actors were really not getting along one day on set, and Gosling requested that a different actor replace McAdams to read lines off camera. This eventually led to a screaming match between the two behind closed doors. After they got these feelings off their chests, however, things were somewhat better on set. As Cassavetes puts it, they had it out. I think Ryan respected her for standing up for her character, and Rachel was happy to get that out in the open. He went on to say that the rest of the shoot wasn't smooth sailing, but it was smoother sailing. 10 years after revealing the behind-the-scenes drama, Cassavetes publicly apologized to McAdams and Gosling for unearthing this story. Despite their rocky start, life began imitating art following The Notebook's release, as McAdams and Gosling started dating in 2005. The relationship would end 2 years later, with Gosling explaining that their relationship ended due to the pressure of the business. He told The Times, "When both people are in show business, it's too much show business. It takes all of the light, so nothing else can grow." Ironically, Gosling would go on to marry and start a family with his Place Beyond the Pines co-star, Eva Mendes. The Vampire Diaries was one of the CW's standout shows. The supernatural teen drama ran for 8 seasons and 171 episodes, with Paul Wesley, who played vampire Stefan Salvatore, appearing in every single one. Until season 7, Wesley worked frequently with lead star Nina Dobrev, who played protagonist Elena Gilbert, an orphan who falls in love with Stefan. The two spent plenty of time on screen together, to the point that they actually grew to loathe one another. While the couple lovingly dubbed Stelina was the heart of the Vampire Diaries, according to Nina Dobrev, the pair didn't get along at the beginning of the show. Because of their electric chemistry, many believe that Dobrev and Paul Wesley were dating in real life. However, although Dobrev respected Wesley, she didn't like him, recalling that they despised each other for the first 5 months of shooting. Funnily enough, Dobrev believed that their animosity early on helped characterize their romantic relations on the screen. Since the show has wrapped, the two have mended fences, and she considers Wesley a good friend. The two often share photos together during their reunions on social media, delighting all Vampire Diaries fans. When reflecting on her initial bumpy relationship with Wesley, Dobrev said, "When you work with anyone, or are spending a lot of time with anyone, little things are going to annoy you about them," equating their tight-knit bond to a married couple. After going through such an up-and-down relationship with Wesley, Dobrev learned that there's a fine line between love and hate. The Ryan Murphy jukebox musical comedy series, Glee, was about a group of young outcasts finding themselves and each other through their high school singing club. Unfortunately, for stars Lea Michele and Naya Rivera, who played Rachel Berry and Santana Lopez, things were not always harmonious on the set. In The Price of Glee, a miniseries about the making of the series, Naya Rivera's father, George Rivera, alleged that his daughter and Lea Michele hated each other. George stated that there was always a fight between them, always. In her 2016 memoir, Sorry Not Sorry, Naya Rivera wrote that despite clashing on various occasions due to their shared, strong-willed, and competitive streaks, she held no ill will toward Michele. She also noted that Michele didn't like sharing the spotlight with others. Still, despite their differences, Rivera opposed any notion that she hated her Glee co-star. Rivera was not the only Glee alum to comment publicly on Michele's on-set behavior. Heather Morris accused Michele of disrespecting her co-stars, claiming that she would bully them and engage in diva-like behavior. Former co-star Samantha Ware also accused Michele of traumatic microaggression on the set of Glee. In recent years, Michele has apologized for any instances of insensitive behavior, as well as reflected on her on-edge attitude. Due to revelations of Michele's alleged behavior and the tragic drowning of Naya Rivera in 2020, as well as the deaths of numerous other co-stars, a dark shadow has been cast on Glee. When watching Mad Max Fury Road, all you can ask yourself is, how in the world did this ever get made? With its death-defying stunts and non-stop intensity, George Miller's legacy sequel raised the bar for action-adventure movies. The film was a nightmare to shoot, and the daunting scope of its production demanded a lot from its lead stars, Charlize Theron and Tom Hardy, who had more than enough of each other. She launched an explosive tirade at her co-star, causing Hardy to confront her face-to-face. Hardy's mercurial acting style created difficulties for his co-stars and crew members. His style greatly clashed with Theron, and it was evident that their relationship was like water and oil. Theron even recalled that she was scared shitless of Hardy throughout filming, saying, "It got to a place where it was kind of out of hand. I didn't feel safe." At the center of all the madness of the film's production was the contentious relationship between Hardy and Theron, playing the titular Max Rokitansky and Furiosa. As detailed in the book Blood, Sweat, and Chrome about the making of Fury Road, tensions were constantly running high. However, one day Hardy showed up 3 hours late for a shoot, and Theron lost it. After wrapping production on the film, Theron and Hardy are now cordial, with Hardy acknowledging that he could have been more reasonable on set. The two also both acknowledged that the grueling nature of the production was largely responsible for their feud. Speaking to the New York Times, Hardy said, "I think in hindsight, I was in over my head in many ways." Looking back years later, Theron recognizes the pressure Hardy faced trying to step into Mel Gibson's shoes, whose career-making turn as Mad Max was one of legends. So, did you know about these epic Hollywood feuds? Do you think that on-set tension made these performances even more powerful? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you next time on Collider with more behind-the-scenes scoops.